Ruoli looked at Roma, nodded heavily, and said with tears in her eyes, "Mom, don't worry, I will come back to see you alive." Roma touched her face with one arm, and said lovingly, "After you come back this time, don't go back to Sus house. You will stay with your mother at Grandma's house for a while, and wait for the limelight to fade before going back." Ruoli gave a hum and said, "Mom, take care." Roma said in a low voice, "Don't disclose the matter of saving you to anyone who are arrested with you, because this time only you can leave. If you let them know, in case of unrest, I am afraid it will cause trouble." Ruoli sighed softly. "Okay Mom, I see." Roma nodded, and then reluctantly left. And Ruoli was also taken back to her cell by soldiers. However, Ruoli at this time was full of gratitude to Zin in her heart. Although she is only an illegitimate daughter, and her father Zin cannot admit her identity, Zin is willing to pay such a high price to rescue her. This is indeed far beyond Ruoli's expectations of Zin, and it also makes her heart move deeply. Originally, she was ready to be sentenced to death, but after seeing her mother Roma, she rekindled hope for the future life. Eastcliff time, 10 o'clock in the evening. The Charlie family in front of the TV are watching the Spring Festival Gala on TV. Claire's emotions seemed a bit agitated, and said to Charlie, "The program published on the internet says that Sarah's solo singing will be in prime time at 10:10 and should be coming soon." Charlie nodded, he couldn't help but look forward to it. Although he knows that Sarah is a big star, he hasn't watched Sarah's film and television dramas, nor has he heard her singing songs. This is mainly related to Charlie's personality. He has no need for entertainment, so naturally he doesn't care about the entertainment industry. However, he naturally cared a little more about Sarah. After all, this was his childhood friend who grew up with him, and she was also the fiancée that his parents made for him. So he and Claire looked forward to the TV together, looking forward to Sarah's appearance. The timing of the Spring Festival Gala is almost exactly the same. At 10:10, the host smiled and said, "It is said that the taste of first love is the most beautiful feeling in life. Next, the film and television song superstar Miss Sarah will bring her to us. The new single, First Love." Afterward, Sarah, wearing an elegant evening dress, stepped onto the gorgeous stage. Claire said excitedly, "Wow. Sarah's dress is really beautiful." Charlie couldn't help but nod in agreement. Sarah on TV deliberately put her long hair lightly behind her head, which is a little more dignified and a little more charming than before. Elaine looked at Sarah and couldn't help sighing. "Oh, this girl is really beautiful. Much more beautiful than those female stars." After finishing speaking, he said with some regret, "In fact, with the appearance of Claire, she can also enter the entertainment circle and become a star. Even if it is compared with Sarah, Claire is not inferior." Claire smiled and said, "Mom, you are too praising me. How can I be a star? I like actors but not acting, and I want to hear a voice without mine going out to others." Elaine said seriously, "What's the matter? Now, being a celebrity doesn't need acting or a voice at all, it's enough to be beautiful. Look at those popular stars who can produce albums even if the tone is not perfect. The movie, why? Aren't you good looking?" Claire shook her head helplessly. "Mom, don't talk about it, let me watch the show well." Elaine did not forget to add another sentence. "Claire, what Mom said is true, and Mom thinks you are really fine." At this time, Sarah was already singing. When she opened her mouth, Elaine couldn't help but exclaimed, "Oh. This girl's voice is really good." Claire hurriedly waved her hand. "Mom, stop talking." Charlie was also a little surprised by Sarah's voice. Although she seemed to be just an idol star, when she opened her mouth, she showed very good singing skills, absolutely professional. The tune of this song is melodious and fresh and refined. It is similar to the song, Legend, sung by the Queen. Charlie couldn't help being immersed in it. After Sarah sang for 5 minutes later, Charlie was still immersed in the wonderful atmosphere created by her singing just now. Claire's eyes flushed even more, and she clapped unconsciously, and said with emotion, "Sarah sings really well. This song is particularly moving." Then, she said to Charlie, "Husband, Sarah will come to Ores Hill for a concert in a while. Will you accompany me to watch it?" Charlie couldn't help feeling a little embarrassed when he heard this. Sarah did invite him to her concert, but if he goes with Claire, this thing feels a bit wrong. He sighed in his heart. Although I have never thought of divorcing Claire and honoring the marriage contract my parents made for me and Sarah, I can't bear to take Claire to watch her concert. This is a little bit unfair for her. Just when Charlie hesitated, Claire couldn't help but coquettishly said, "Husband, you should accompany me to see it once, is it okay?" "I beg you." After finishing speaking, she added, "I will go grab the ticket then. If I can't get it, I'll go to the scalper to buy it. You don't have to worry about anything, and you just have to pay someone else." Charlie heard this and knew that Claire must be determined to go to Sarah's concert. Even if he didn't agree, she would go. Moreover, he has promised Sarah to go to her concert, and he will definitely not break his promise by then. In this way, he can only agree to it. So he said to Claire, "My wife, don't worry, I will accompany you when that happens." Then he said, "Oh, right, you don't have to worry about getting tickets anymore. Last time I went to Ms. Gu's house to see Feng Shui. Ms. Gu should be more or less able to save face, and I will find her then. It shouldn't be a problem to ask for 2 tickets for the front row." Claire asked in surprise, "Husband, are you telling the truth? Can I really find Miss Gu for the front row tickets?" The front row tickets for Miss Gu's concert are very popular, and they are generally not released at all. When they were sold, the price was increased several times or even dozens of times. Once at a concert in Yanqing, the first row of tickets was fired to 100,000, which was an order of magnitude higher than anyone. Charlie smiled and said, "Miss Gu is still very angry. I believe she will definitely give this face." Claire excitedly said, "That's great. Thank you, husband, for supporting my star-chasing career." Charlie couldn't help sighing. At this moment, the phone received a WeChat message and Sarah sent a text message. "Charlie, have you watched my performance in front of the TV?